Hi, my name is Kevin Kewen, and this is my CE presentation for Mr. Wolf's CE class. A little bit about me. I was born in Everett, Washington on February 15th, 1994, and I've lived here my entire life. I've only lived in two houses. Started out more towards Snohomish, but still in Everett, and then moved over to 128th when my mom got remarried in the early 2000s. I went to St. Mary Magdalene Catholic School from preschool all the way until 8th grade. It's a very, very strict environment, and that was helped produce kind of who I am with a lot of the strictness, and that's sometimes why I'll goof off, is because it was so strict before. My Catholic faith is a large part of my life, and I base a lot of the things I do because of it. I love my country, and my dad, my grandfathers on both sides, my uncles, everyone has all served in the military, mostly Navy, but I plan to continue that tradition and do Army instead and do infantry. Obviously I go to Cascade High School now. I've been there since I was a freshman and intend to graduate in June. A big thing for me lately has been trying to lose weight. I was 340 pounds in springtime, and it got to be way too much, and I said, well, it's time to make a change, and I've lost 90 pounds in about 6 months or something like that, and I'm still going strong on that. My plan for after high school is to join the Army and go infantry. Most likely going to Fort Benning, Georgia in August, if I can pass MEPS, which should be probably leaving about like that in spring. Once I'm in there, I plan on doing 4 years, 2 to 4 years of that, and then apply for Ranger School, and if I pass that, then that might be another plan. If not Ranger School, I might become a military policeman or an MP, because once I get out of the military, I would like to be a police officer here in Everett and start a family here, and that's kind of following in my grandfather's footsteps. He was never a policeman for a very long time. For my project, I mostly did working out and preparing myself for the military by talking to the recruiters about what it's going to be like, talking to veterans about their service and what they did, and everything that pertains to that. I've been working on a very strict diet of 1,500 calories a day, and no white foods, which is no white bread, pasta, potatoes, anything like that really. And working out 3 times a day, on average to about 3 to 4 hours a day. A lot of cardio mixed with weightlifting so that I don't lose my strength, so I can keep up with the physical needs that the military requires for. Some skills that I have is I'm really good at handling stressful situations or complicated ones at that. I'm good at persevering through problems and going through them until they are solved. I'm also very good with mechanical things, from regular engines, simple engines, but mostly with guns, semi-automatic or bolt action, doesn't matter. I've had guns around me since I was very small, and been able to just take them apart, clean them, figure out the insides of them, put them back together. And that's always been an interest of mine, and I've done it since I was a kid, and I probably did it yesterday or 2 days before that. It's something I really enjoy. I'm also very good at fixing things, from around the house to cars, pretty much anything that's broken I can figure out how to fix it. I've also done that since I was a very small child, still do it today. Some strengths that I have is I'm a good leader. Anytime I've been in a group, from in school to out of school, or a project, or even work, I've always been very good at leading a team of people and making sure what needs to get done does happen, and to make sure everything goes on track. And even during the school food drive here, I was pretty much running all of Stengel's class, trying to organize everything, especially the first few days when Stengel was gone, sick, or wherever he was gone. I had to control the whole class, and we ended up winning this year again. Some things I need to grow on are my self-control. And a lot of things that I do, from when to speak and where to speak, and things to say, not to say, in the proper time and place. Also need to work on my temper. Sometimes I'll get a little too heated and say things that are that are wrong for the situation and overreact. And another thing about the whole time and place, I've gotten in trouble throughout school for doing things that shouldn't be done at school, that would maybe be okay out of school, but just wrong time, wrong place, and that's something I probably out of everything need to work on the most. One of my values is I would consider myself a patriot. I love my country very much, and that is why I want to serve, because I would like to give back to the country that's given me a great life and a number of opportunities to have, and that's why I'm joining the military. Also, I love the area that I live in, Snohomish County, Everett. Absolutely love it. Grown up here all my life. I've been to a few other places. Did never like it as much as here. And I'd like to come back here after my time in the military and become a police officer and give back to this community here, because I love it. I love the people around here, and I love this region. I'd like to serve it, give back, and protect the community here. So my interests are guns and sport shooting. I used to do that quite a bit back in 7th and 8th grade. In high school, I kind of stopped doing it competitively, but I still do it on the weekends for fun quite a bit when I can. It's very expensive though, which can sometimes be a problem. I also love boxing. I've been boxing for over 4 years, and I love training people. I've trained a few people how to fight, and I love doing it myself. It teaches a lot of self-endurance. It's a great workout, and a lot of discipline also. I don't have a lot of people that inspire me, but I'd say the closest person I have to me that inspires me is my grandfather. He's always been the closest thing to a father figure that I've had growing up. And even though he hasn't helped me directly with a lot of my problems, if he ever has, but he's always been a figure to look up as and a good role model. And he was in the military, and he was a policeman. And that's the exact same route that I'm taking. And I hope to be at least half the man that he is. Some experiences I had in my life that kind of shaped me who I am is my father left when I was about 3 years old, and that kind of made me the man of the house by the time I was old enough to know what was going on. So, being raised by my mother and my sister, I kind of had to take that man of the house charge. As young as 10, I was supposed to basically protect the house, and I always tried to do that even when I was little. Even around 9/11, I was like on the lookout outside of my house, just making sure nothing was going on, because I felt like that was my job. And it also taught me to kind of help me grow up fast a little bit better, and really be a lot more independent and not have to look to other people to solve my problems for me, get them done myself, whether it be personal, emotional, or financial, or any sort of problem like that. I always learn to solve it myself, so that way when another problem comes along that's greater, I can fix it myself and not have to rely on others, just in case there is no one there or no one that can help me with said problem. My plan, I choose to continue finishing high school, graduate in June. In August, I hope to ship out for the military, to go to basic training, do infantry in the Army. Financially, the military will also support me, because that will be a good job. That will keep me covered for at least 4 to 8 years after high school. For health reasons, I intend to keep the lifestyle that I've changed up, and keep working out and keep eating healthier, so I can live a lot longer and feel a lot better, feel better about myself, and feel more healthy, and not weighed down inside and slowed down. Financially, I plan to save 10% out of every paycheck from the first paycheck that I get until I retire. Put that in a savings account and have that as a backup for whenever I need it. I applied for a credit card, but because I do not have a job anymore, I was denied. So I talked to my mother, who works for banks and has for almost 30 years, and I did a shared secure loan, which is you take out a loan out of your own bank account, and basically you pay that off yourself. So I borrowed $1,000 and I have a loan for $1,000. They froze $1,000 of my money, and this way I paid off with my own money for only $10 over the next 6 months. That's how I will be developing credit. So when I do go to rent an apartment or buy a house or a car, it will be a lot cheaper, and I'll have credit established. Things that personally make me happy, I would say, are besides hanging out with friends, going shooting is one of my favorite activities, boxing, and also just family in general, being around family. One day I hope to raise a family, maybe 5 kids. And that's pretty much my dream in life, a real simple life like that. For my project, I just did weight loss for my project, and it's gone great since I've researched more and looked up more ways to exercise and different diet plans. I went from losing about 5 pounds in 2 weeks to 10 to 15 pounds every 2 weeks, steadily from I was about 290 pounds, maybe almost 300 at the beginning of the school year. Then I started researching it, and now I'm down to 250. And I keep losing this weight, and this plan has helped me a lot. There's some problems I ran into during my plan. I wanted to see if I could do drill and PT with the Army, but you have to be in the Future Soldier program after you are fully enlisted, sworn in, and pass MEPS. I have to lose a little bit more weight to pass MEPS. But I've bought a few books on it, and I've also talked to all the people who are in the military and tried to figure out. I've been going to the recruiter. I have my paperwork filled out, and I go in every 2 weeks for weight, tape, measurements around my neck and my waist. And I've lost 1% body fat every 2 weeks for the past 6 weeks. And this gets me even closer to my goal of doing MEPS, which was a part of my plan. That is my CE presentation for Mr. Wolf's class. Thank you very much for your time.